Listen carefully for a moment. Can you hear it? That voice inside your head, the one that's been talking all day, the one that says, "You should have done better. What if this goes wrong? You're falling behind. They probably don't like you." Now here's a strange question. If you can hear that voice, who is listening? Because that single question might completely change the way you see yourself. Most of us spend our entire lives believing we are our thoughts. But what if that's the biggest misunderstanding of all? What if the voice in your head isn't actually you? Imagine someone followed you around every hour of every day, commenting on everything you did, judging your decisions, replaying embarrassing memories, predicting future disasters, comparing you to everyone else. You'd probably find that person exhausting. And yet, many of us live with that voice every single day. Over time, something dangerous happens. We stop hearing the voice, and we become the voice. Its fears become our fears. Its stories become our identity. That's why overthinking feels so heavy, because you're carrying thousands of thoughts that were never meant to define who you are. Let's try something. Close your eyes for a few seconds and simply notice your next thought. Don't change it, don't fight it, just notice it. Now ask yourself, who noticed that thought? Because something incredible just happened. There was the thought, and there was the awareness observing the thought. Those are not the same thing. A thought appears and then disappears, but the observer remains. Thousands of years ago, Advaita Vedanta built an entire philosophy around this realization. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices them. This isn't just philosophy, it's practical. Because most suffering doesn't come from our thoughts. It comes from believing every single one of them. Think about how often your mind says, "I'm not good enough. I'm too late. I'm failing. This will never work." Now imagine treating every cloud in the sky as permanent. That would seem absurd. But we do exactly that with our thoughts. A thought appears and we immediately assume it's true. But thoughts are simply mental events. They come and they go. The problem begins when we build our identity around them. Ancient wisdom traditions understood something we've forgotten. The goal was never to stop thinking. The goal was to stop becoming every thought. Imagine sitting beside a river. Leaves float by. The water keeps moving. You don't jump into the river and grab every leaf that passes. You simply watch. Your thoughts work the same way. Not every thought deserves your attention, and not every thought deserves your belief. Sometimes peace begins the moment you allow thoughts to pass through you, instead of allowing them to become you. Here's something you can try today. For the next 3 days, don't try to silence your mind. Don't fight your thoughts. Instead, every time you notice one, quietly say, "I'm noticing a thought that says something." For example, don't say, "I'm anxious." Instead say, "I'm noticing a thought that says I'm anxious." Don't say, "I'm a failure." Instead say, "I'm noticing a thought that says I'm a failure." That small shift creates space. And inside that space, you remember who you are. The observer, not the story. Because peace isn't found in controlling every thought. Maybe peace begins the moment you realize you are not the voice in your head. You are the one hearing it. And if that's true, then perhaps the most important question isn't, "What are my thoughts saying?" but Who is listening? Because sometimes the answer to that question changes everything.